Imagination.
The best way to get what you want. Without even trying.
Don't believe it? Well, consider this first.
Each of us has a mental blueprint of ourselves.
A system of ideas about what we think we can do.
These blueprints are defined by the sum total of our experiences.
What we did, how people reacted to us, and what we thought about it.
No matter what your intentions, you always act in line with your blueprint. Why? Well, because otherwise you'd go barking mad.
To illustrate this, consider one of the experiments Ivan Pavlov did with his dogs. Before feeding the dogs, he would throw a circle of light onto the wall, but he wouldn't feed them when he showed an oval. Over time, the dogs became so used to this that saliva would flow every time they saw a circle.
Now Pavlov made the ovals gradually more circular. The response remained the same until the oval reached a ratio of 9 to 8. At this point, the dog's behavior changed drastically. They began to bark violently and tear apart the equipment. The dogs had become organized for two conflicting scenarios. This invoked a neurosis which sometimes lasted several months.
You see, every organism, whether the dog or you, acts to preserve its unity.
Which is why Pavlov's experiments broke the dog, and why you can't act against your mental blueprint.
This might sound like a hindrance, but it's far from it.
Because if you can think of yourself as the type of person who always succeeds, then you'll naturally act successfully.
So how can you change your blueprint?
Well, this is where imagination comes in. As far as your nervous system is concerned, imagination is equivalent to experience.
This has been shown in countless scientific experiments. Take, for example, an experiment that was done in the 1950s. 3 groups of students were tested on their ability to make free throws over a period of 20 days. The first group practiced for 20 minutes per day. The second group did no practice whatsoever. And the third group just imagined practicing.
Each group was tested on the first and last days. The first group improved by 24%, the second group stayed the same, and the third group improved by 23%. You see, when you imagine things, it has a real impact upon the brain. That impact goes on to prove itself in action.
So by focusing on positive future outcomes and reminiscing about past successes, you can truly change your blueprint for the better.
And once you've done that, it's just a matter of letting nature take its course.